All right. My bad. I had some connectivity issues, but I think they're fixed. Today, I don't really have much planned. I found an interesting list that I would like to go over. I did get those play sheets from game plan for the Seahawks. I would say either in the early 2000s, late 90s. Um, but what's up, Justin? How you doing, brother? But I don't know how to read them, so I'll probably just post them on my Instagram later for y'all to look at. But that is what I will be sharing with y'all. Right now, I just came across this list, so I wanted to kind of go over it. This list is top 10 Oakland Raider haters, a list of the team everyone loves to hate. So let's see. So this first one, so I googled Raider hater, and guess who pops up? This guy, Charger Tom. Pretty impressive for even a Raider hater. Obviously, he's a Charger fan, but you got to give it to him his absolute dedication. I posted a link to his page. Most his page is a bunch of out of date stuff from last season, but he takes Raiders bashing to a whole new level. A lot of Raider picks with dumb captions. Let's check out Charger Tom, huh? Let's see what he's talking about. Oops, that can't be found. See, it was lying. Why is my internet so weak? All right, we'll move on from Charger Tom. We'll look him up after. And then who we got next? Jamarcus Russell. I hope Jamarcus Russell don't hate the Raiders. He might hate Raider fans, but I don't think he'd hate the Raiders. I don't know. Maybe he seems a little bitter about that DVD thing, but from his interview on, I don't know if it was the Pivot then or whatever, those guys do. Um, but he was talking about how he loved Al Davis and stuff like that. I just think some people that were in charge there and him, it just wasn't a good fit. So I don't know. Maybe he's right. Maybe I'm just wrong. Look at Jano back there. Number two, Chuck. Who the fuck is Chuck? This list of Steelers who qualify as Raider hater due to outlandish actions of Coach Null. I give him the nod. Too rough for the Steelers. What a joke. Filipiano said, I love this guy. Chuck Null threatened to sue the 76 Raiders due to brutality on the field. That's right. When the Steelers couldn't steal or luck a win, Raiders, they tried to sue us. So we beat them and they try to beat us or try to sue us for brutality. That's definitely a hater for sure. Yeah, he should be number one, right? Mike Shanahan sucks. First of all, Mike Shanahan is the reason why Greg Papa got fired, right? Don't grieve out your frustrations about Mike Shanahan because Mark Davis will come after you. Fired up. That's what Mike Shanahan's team was or are when they play the Raiders. Mike Shanahan had a brief stint with the Los Angeles Raiders, finishing there with 8-12. According to sources, Shannon's tenure with the Raiders did not go over well, which led Shannon's firing. Shannon claims they owed over $200,000 from the Raiders and Al Davis. Man, screw you and your 200 grand. Yes, this I don't know. It's between D'Angelo Hall, Mike Shanahan, who should be number one. This is my yeah, exactly. That is exactly why they fired him. It was over Mike Shanahan. Greg Papa aired out his frustration because it was absolutely disrespectful to interview Mike Shanahan for a coaching job. Greg Papa, aired his grievances out on the radio, and that was the end of an era. And it was just crazy how Mark could just make a decision like that, right? Like he doesn't understand. He doesn't understand that majority of us had to grow up listening to the Raiders on the radio, and Mark or Greg Papa kind of painted that picture for us, and poof, just gone, just like that. So lame. But yeah, D'Angelo Hall. When people say oh, I can't stand him, I can't stand him. If there's one Raider that I can unraider, it would be D'Angelo Hall. I like D'Angelo Hall over. I mean, I hate D'Angelo Hall over Jamarcus Russell. I don't even hate Jamarcus Russell, but I like Antonio Brown more than I like D'Angelo Hall. Like his stint was just trash. Now I understand his frustrations, right? Going from zone to purely man, and some of the play calling was probably a little bit outdated. But hey, you knew that before you signed with the Raiders, right? It wasn't a secret. It's not like you showed up and that was a surprise. That was talks of the league for years. So big L for this guy. Tom Jackson. All right, I didn't know this one. Ultimate Bronco lover, Tommy Jackson. I actually like most of this guy's comments, but when talking Raiders, he just can't get over his Raider hate. The thing that interests me the most is about TJ is the backhanded comments, remarks about the Raiders organization. All right, but I don't know. I haven't seen his comments, right? Maybe I can look at them in a little bit. But if it was in the last 2 years, I don't blame people for bad mouthing the Raiders because what are they going to talk about? They got a nice stadium. Chris Carter, they even cut his face off. Wonderful. This former druggie. All right, so a Raider fan made this, right? This is on Bleacher Report, but a Raider fan made this. This former druggie is a total front runner. If your team is good, hey, he loves you. If your team struggles, then you're the worst team in the NFL. I mean, that's it's pretty significant, right? Like, makes sense. Why would I say good things about a team that sucks? Warren Sapp. I mean, my answers are pretty much going to be all the same, right? Warren Sapp had some terrible comments, right? This dude has a vendetta against Al Davis and the Raiders. I wouldn't say he had a vendetta, right? I know he went on a rant where he talked about the Raiders were once great, but their coaching styles in the 60s. He wasn't wrong, right? Yeah, he went on TV and said it, but he was trying to get a spot on NFL Network. What was he supposed to talk about, right? So I know he had back and forth with Chad Schillings. I think him and Chad Schillings went at it in the media. But for me, when Warren Sapp joined the Raiders, I was very happy. I loved Warren Sapp, and I'm not gonna be mad because we sucked. So Marty Schottenheimer, yeah, fuck that guy. I actually have a lot of respect for this guy. I think he's a great coach and was actually hoping he would coach the Raiders one day. But pumping the brakes, I realized Marty is not only a Raider hater member, he is the president. Yes. When we beat him, it was a little bit more happy. Right? My dad explained this to me. Not really what happened. I just remember when he got fired, we rejoiced saying no more Marty Ball because screw that guy. Marty created Raider Week where he demanded 100% of his team, but on Raider Week, you better bring 150%. Losing to the Raiders was totally out of the question to Matty, and his record with both the Chargers and Chiefs against the Raiders shows it. Yeah, he used to beat us. The NFL officials. This I can agree with, right? Because I mean, they're the ultimate deciders of what happens. The Raiders winning definitely brings ratings to the league. And so, I don't know why, but there's always on the site, but there's always watching NFL official referee whistleblower stuff. All right, we'll move on. I'm not about to read all that. Okay, why is Cleve Barnes on this list? I was trying to figure out who it was. Cleve Barnes really scored a touchdown. Maybe this list has a negative vibe, but I just want those Raiders haters to know that our day has finally arrived. Time payback. Okay, so he's just posting a picture of Cleve Barnes scoring a touchdown. Was that the list? That was it. All right, that was confusing, but I'll take the refs. I'll take Marty. I won't take Warren Sapp. Chris Carter. I just don't like Chris Carter. D'Angelo Hall and Mike Shanahan. So some Raider haters. All right, so let's see what's been going on in the Raider world. So obviously someone has signed with us, right? I don't know who signed with us. It's good to see my boy Jack Mitch, a Raider officially, right? Woo! I don't have a problem with him holding out, right? If the second round picks are kind of holding unity together, I like that, right? Having each other's backs. Right before training camp, so he could participate. This is nice. Nothing on the contract being fully guaranteed though, so we'll see if that little holdout was worth it. I'm so tired of seeing this lefty gunplay stuff. He's just a yapper. Yeah, I'm not gonna get into that. Goals. What? How many yards do you guys think Jack Betch is gonna get this year? Raiders awful run. Let's see. AB signs, he gets cut. Didn't sign Tom Brady. Man, I'm tired of that little story. I don't know who to believe. John Gruden said it wasn't true. Gronk says it was true. Who knows? Ruggs Gruden incident. Yeah, that was pretty bad. Josh McDaniels over O'Connell, pretty bad. Sign Garoppolo, don't trade up for Stroud. Don't trade up for Daniels. Man, this is depressing. Wow. All right, there's nothing really on here. What? Oh, I'm not even sharing the screen with you guys. Why are you still watching? There we go. My bad. So yeah, that was Carr talking about how great the Raiders look. Still selling for Mark. That's awesome.
Max Crosby is here. Max, I hope you had a good Juneteenth, brother.
What?
Well, guys, weird. Max Crosby is here. Max, I hope you had a good Juneteenth, brother.
All right, that was a good one. That poor guy. I don't know why people weren't laughing at his jokes, man. Lighten up.
Shot. Hoover threads it in. Touchdown, Jack Bech.
Pretty fire.
Life of the party, Jack Bech. He's number 18 right there.
Yeah, that was nice.
Corner and then a
cut right in there.
Angle post. A perfectly thrown ball from Josh Hoover.
Come on, y'all. Tell me. How many yards is Jack getting this year? How many yards? Poor training camp today. Veterans report. Hey, why is my tweet on here? But orderly.
It overheated and it did nothing for my hair.
Is that an ad under this? What are you guys doing? That's crazy. And they did this with like 3 quarterbacks. That's ridiculous. Today, the days might feel long. You might feel tired. But always remember this. Okay, I like that. Why does it have my tweets on here? Sorry, guys. I'm not even on Twitter like that. I just use it to, screenshots my stuff for my Instagram.
They pain. I tell them why not. I cut off family members. Can't nobody fuck up my shot. I put my trust in 3 things. One of them is my Glock. My partner say I did them dirty. That wasn't even my eye. My partner won't change on me at all, not for no dollar. I got love for my brothers like they came straight up out my mama.
Everybody, let's get in practice. This is pretty fire. I like this. It's so embarrassing that they're showing you guys my clip farming. Yeah, it's me, bro. All right. All right. So, I mean, you know, I don't know if you guys want to get into this news, but this stuff is important to me, right? I noticed Carr has been talking very well about the Raiders recently, right? How he wants to come back. He's in talks with Mark Davis, you know, to come, you know, visit and stuff like that. Now, this didn't exist a couple weeks ago, but Derek Carr finally followed the Raiders, which, you know, I know it seems a little silly, but this is like our parents divorcing and kind of getting back together, right? So this is cool. And then when you go to the Raiders page, the other day I checked. I haven't checked it in a while, but yeah. They still don't follow Derek Carr. So hopefully, you know, everybody starts loving each other again and we can all be one big happy family. All right, let's go back to the Twitter. Superstar Patty Holland is Las Vegas Raiders.
So the thing is, when you got practice, they don't go for
The best speakers are proper, lad. I love a good sound system.
Yep.
All right. I mean, these types of the videos, right, is what the Vegas move was all about, right? So we can have celebrities come through and hang out at the facility and get cool stuff going, right? Because who wants to go to Alameda to go to, you know, that practice facility? The Raiders are now worth $6.2 billion according to Forbes, 4.1 increase since the move to Oakland to Las Vegas. Well, congratulations, Mark Davis. You figured out how to increase the Raiders' value without winning a single playoff game. Good job. Max Crosby runs to a fan at a restaurant. That's dope. Man, nah, I'm hopping over the table, brother. I'm hopping over the table. That's dope. What does Hondo say?
It doesn't mean you have their heart. The Raiders have to win their fan base back. Now, you may say, what are you talking about, Hondo? The Raiders are the biggest fan base, one of the biggest fan bases in pro football. And you're absolutely right, they are. But just because you have the fan base doesn't mean that they're with you. So when I say they have to win their fan base back, certainly not all of it, but a vast majority of it. Remember, you can be married, but you don't have somebody's heart. And one of the biggest issues facing this team is Raider fans are going to show up, but the Raiders got to win their heart back. I've said this numerous times. The Raiders have, if not the best, a top 3 fan base in the National Football League. You may be.
All right. It is rare, but Hondo's speaking facts right here. You know, I think he pretty much explained my relationship with the Raiders, right? My heart's cold, man. You know, when you become that kid that defends Jamarcus Russell, Andrew Walter, Marcus Tuiasosopo, Rick Mir, Gronkowski, Matt McGloin, Carson Palmer, and you're just defending these guys over and over again, and it's just constantly losing. once you have consistency for 9 years and then you shit the bed, like it's going to take more than a couple good moves for me to just be like, oh man, I got faith in this team again. I'm going to need year-over-year improvement, right? And that goes with anybody on the Raiders regime. Like when Carr got there, I wasn't a fan of Carr until the second year. The first year people were pretty high on him. I didn't give a fuck. The second year, when he had a year-over-year improvement, that's when I was locked in, right? Because that's what I look for is year-over-year improvement, not immediate success, immediate gratification. I got to see a little bit more to get on the train. So, year 2 is when I jumped the board. Year 3 was 2016 when it was all worth it, right? So, fun times. Okay. All right. Well, looks like there's not much going else. I'll have, some other stuff next time. But for now, y'all have a great night. Okay.